This is the disclaimer for the video you're about to watch, as well as all videos belonging to the Lynn Wick channel on all platforms on which we operate this channel. No part of this publication, which includes this YouTube video, may be reproduced, stored in a retrievable system, or transmitted in any form or by any means except as permitted by the United States Copyright Act without the prior express written consent of the broadcaster, Lynn Wick. While we use our best efforts to prepare content for this site, we make no representation or warranties with respect to the accuracy or completeness of the content of the videos, including any content, links, or resources shared by third parties. Furthermore, all parties specifically disclaim any express or implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. The advice and strategies contained herein may not be suitable for your situation. No legal advice or financial advice is being given herein, as we are not attorneys or financial advisors. You should consult with a professional where appropriate. No liability or damages shall take place because of this content. Furthermore, your use of this site and watching these videos confirms your agreement that the state of Ohio law applies to all disputes relating to this site, videos, and venue. For all claims and disputes relating to this site and videos shall be in the state of Ohio.
To take my habit away. God said no. It is not for me to take away, but for you to give it up. I asked God to grant me patience. God said no. Patience is a byproduct of tribulation. It isn't granted, it is earned. I asked God to give me happiness. God said no. I give you blessings. Happiness is up to you. I asked God to spare me pain. God said no. Suffering draws you apart from worldly cares and brings you closer to me. I asked God to make my spirit grow. God said no. You must grow on your own, but I will prune you to make you fruitful. I asked for all things that I might enjoy in life. God said no. I will give you life. You may enjoy all things. Then I asked God to help me love others as much as He loves me. God said, finally, you get the idea. If you agree with me, drop 100 in the comments and follow me from. I asked God.
God will show you the dream and then put you in a life that looks nothing like it. See, people love talking about their purpose. I know I'm called. I have a big vision. See, here's the deal. Joseph had one too. See, he saw himself leading. He saw himself elevated. And guess what happened? He got betrayed, sold into slavery, got lied on, completely forgotten about. If you saw Joseph's life in the middle of it, you would say to yourself, this makes absolutely no sense. See, that's where most people break. They think if something is from God, it should feel aligned the whole entire time. It doesn't. God will show you where you're going and then develop you in places that don't match it at all. Because see, the vision is not the reward, all right? The vision is the responsibility. And if you don't have the capacity for it yet, your life will look like delay. It'll look like rejection. It'll look like confusion, not because you're off track, but because you're in training. See, here's the deal. Joseph wasn't ready to lead when he got the dream. He was just ready to dream. See, big difference. Most people don't fail because they didn't hear from God. They fail because they judge the process too early. See, if your life doesn't match your vision right now, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means it's working.
You won't recognize yourself at first. That's why you feel different lately. You don't laugh at the same things anymore. You don't have the same patience for chaos anymore. You don't even enjoy the same conversations like you used to. You can't explain it, but the old version of your life feels too small now. And you've been sitting here thinking, why don't I feel like myself? Why does everything feel unfamiliar? Why am I changing so much? Because God is not just changing your situation. He's changing your capacity. God will make the old you uncomfortable before he introduces you to the new you. So you're not becoming cold, you're becoming clear. You're not acting different, you're healing different. You're not losing yourself, you're losing the version of you that lived in survival mode. And that version served the purpose. It protected you. It helped you get through some hard times. It taught you how to survive. But survival can't lead you into every season. Some people don't miss you. They miss the version of you they could access without boundaries. That's why your no feels stronger now. That's why your peace matters so much more now. That's why your spirit won't let you shrink back into who you used to be. God will rebuild your identity before he reveals your new assignment. So if you feel unfamiliar in yourself right now, don't worry. The new you may feel strange, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. It means it's forming. And sometimes the new you feels strange because the old you was all you knew.
If you've been holding it together for everyone else, yeah, this is for you. You've been the strong one again, haven't you? Checking on everyone else, but no one's checking on you. You say you're fine with a smile, but it's been fake for a while. You carry weight that they don't see, like it's just part of who you're supposed to be. And I know you don't say it out loud, but you're getting tired now. You don't have to be strong tonight. You don't have to keep up the fight. You can let go just for a while. You don't have to force that smile. You're allowed to feel this. All of it. You've been showing up through the pain even when nothing has changed. And somehow you still give your best with a heart that's completely stressed. But listen to me. Really listen to me. You're not weak for feeling like this.
You don't have to be strong tonight. You don't have to win this fight. You can fall apart right here.
You don't have to disappear. If you're the one everyone leans on, who do you lean on? One day, you're gonna realize you carried more than most people ever could, and you still showed up. That's strength, even if it doesn't feel like it.
You don't have to be strong tonight. You don't have to make it all right. You can rest here, just breathe slow.
You don't have to do this alone. If this found you, maybe it was supposed to. Stay with me.
Good morning, Grand Rising family. I hope God's words touched you. I know He's really working on me for some reason. He's working overtime. But He said, play this. And I said, why? But I knew why. Many have been sending me emails. Lynn, I can't make it anymore. The money has run out. My husband is sick. My daughter's sick. Sophie, listen to that song. This goes to all of us. But we have the strength and the love for each other to carry on. Even though we're struggling, hold on. We don't know the time or the hour, but we know God's got us covered. I've been praying for so many with the prayer warriors. I just don't know how to help you anymore. And as I told them, just keep praying, as I will say to you. Please keep praying. There was another baby that died. She called me this morning. Just keep praying. It will get better. So I want to go to prayer for her and her family this morning. Such a young couple to have such a tragedy. Father, we come to you this morning, lifting our dear friend, lifting her up to you and her husband. You know the loss they had. I'm glad, Father, they reached out to me. I'm asking you to be with them, to hold all of them in your arms. Let them know their little angel is just fine. I know they won't understand. But you're the greatest gift of all. And we come to you with our hearts broken. If I can find a way to help them, please show me. Father, we ask this family to put their hands out and hold them high in remembrance of that little girl. I've never met her, but I've seen her. I've seen pictures of her. I'm just so sorry. But let us be glad in this, for we know where she is. And I know I said to them, that you will be there for them. And in a mighty way, may you hold them. Be with us this morning as we get together. And give us peace in our hearts for everything in our life. Because life is precious. The world may be changing in a different way, but we still feel the love for others. Joy and peace and laughter. Be with grandparents as they too are right there with them. We thank you for hearing our prayers this morning. Letting us play that song. Because sometimes we don't feel like we can keep going yet. But we have to. Because he's not going to win. And this we ask this morning. To wipe the tears. Let them feel the sorrow and the pain. Let them cry and let them scream to the mountains. Just be there for them. And this we all send as a family. Amen. Family, I want to thank you for saying those prayers. Because my friend really needs your help. I haven't talked to her in a while. I just figured they were on vacation. Or maybe visiting because they don't live in the same states. But you know what? I know in my heart God's got them covered. Oh, they'll be sad and lost for a long time. Remember, he's with us always. But it doesn't take the pain away. We know greater things are to come. But to replace an infant, there's no replacement. That child was needed by God. And I truly believe that. So let's get started this morning. And because we know he is with God, or she's with God, I'm sorry, we can smile and rejoice. But when it happens suddenly, it's devastation to them, to all of us. But wipe the tears, and let's get our family members together. And let's go to our number prayer. Father, we thank you this morning for gathering us together, for being able to speak with you and talk with you, for being able to get that big hug, for everyone who's struggling. I ask that you give them peace. Give them love and wrap your arms so tightly around them. Because this is a hard time for many. No matter what the issue is, they're struggling. For some reason, they're just not moving fast enough. It's war, it's not war, it's war, it's not war. But we know they're trying to tell us something every day. And the more they tell us, the more I'm hearing good. And so should this family. I pray for all those today in this chat, in this family. Those that are listening and those to come. If they have unspoken prayers, you hear them and you answer them. Because not one person should be taken when it's not from you. And I hope everybody understands that. Father, we thank you for loving us, for giving us joy, for letting our feet go where they're supposed to go, and guiding us through the light. We are the light. So let us go through it. Let them see us walking in it. And may it be lit so bright that you can see it from hundreds of miles away. No sadness, no tears. Just kindness and forgiveness and love, most of all. This we ask in your name today and always. And we all said amen. All right, we're going to get started this morning. And thank you, family, for starting your morning with me. Because I sure needed you this morning. And there you were, holding me in. What a great feeling that is. To know that I had someone to talk to. You know, when you have no one, it is very, very lonely. And right now I'm experiencing that. And I have prayed about it, and I will continue praying about it. You know, there's things in life that we know they've lied to us about. And I know it's unacceptable. It's downright cruel. But more and more truth that we learn, the more and more the sadness will go away. And some don't want to believe the truth. And some do. Some can't handle it. And some can. So this morning we're going to get started again with Iran. This is getting ridiculous. Is it? Isn't it? Is it? Isn't it? But you should know the truth by now. What truly is happening. It's not a delay. It will be a rejoicing. And if you don't know, I'll explain it. But you're so smart, intelligent, loving, and more that I'm sure you know. Things have to play out, even though we don't like it. Things have to happen in twos, even though we don't like it. Understand now? So let's do some meet and greets this morning because I think we're going to have a short morning. I was asked to do a Zoom for prayers for the family, for that baby, which I said absolutely, no problem. So I thought you guys wouldn't mind if we end short this morning. I hope that's okay. Let's continue with our meet and greets this morning because I missed you. You know what? Like I said, I get lonely sometimes, watching movies or watching Trump mostly. Ugh. Gosh, man, that man drives me crazy. I don't know if you watch him as much as I do, but I'm telling you, one time it's this and one time it's that, and then he becomes a chatterbox, and then he's silent. And I'm like, oh. In the last 2 days, it's been nothing but Iran. But I did grab a few things because they came from other people. So, but they are the truth. So you're going to understand all of it. But there's some things up here, it's questionable. So it's up to you. And I got to be really silent about the one. I can't say any more about that one. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the morning. The sun is shining at 64 degrees. It's supposed to be hitting 69, I think, today. We were at 82 yesterday, but I don't quite think so. I had walked outside to take Harley out, and it was quite chilly. And when I walked back in, I said, 82 degrees, there's no way. Are any of you experiencing that? I was like, what's happening now? I mean, haven't they done enough? So I hope you're having good weather because I don't know what today's going to be. It's saying 69, but I don't know. We'll see. It does not feel like it's even 61 right now. Ew, it's chilly. Ooh, okay. So anyway, let's get started with some meet and greets this morning because I sure did miss you. Let's see. Earl says, oh, wait, you guys are dancing. Eloise says, good morning, Lynn Ghost Mods. It's a beautiful day in North Iowa. See, had a beautiful day already. Thank you and good morning. Did I turn you down? I hope so. You can tell I opened up early. You guys are jabbing, talking. I love it. Viola says, good morning, family. Good morning. Good morning, Earl. Kat says, good morning, everyone. We are one day closer to the end of crazy. Bring it on. Yes, we are. That's the way you got to look at it, too. Good morning, Pamela. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you guys so much. I love all of you. Maybe my phone's being blown up over here. Samantha says, good morning, sunshine, Lynn, ghost, and beautiful family with a huge smile. Everyone, have a healing, blessed day. Good morning, honey. Forever says, good morning, everyone. Tiptoe through the dog piles today. My neighbors think I am doing a rain dance. Love you all. Can't wait to meet the Real Wick family. We are the Real Wick family. Molly says, grand rising, everyone. Prayers for all in need and encouragement. Thank you. I agree. True Currency says, good morning, all. Good morning. No, I just got one. It says, Iraq, the trap is set. Lori says, grand rising family. Today is my granddaughter's 13th birthday. Saturday is my twin granddaughter's 13th birthday. I'm one blessed Meemaw. Yes, you are. Birthdays are great, especially with children. Dave's not here, says, good morning. Lynn, Ghost, and all you Wick warriors. Good morning, Dave. Pamela's peaceful and sunny Thursday rising to everyone that I missed. Good morning. Peg says, good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Lynn, Ghost, Mods, and awesome family. Enjoy this day and weekend. Absolutely. Enjoy every day. Mary Ellen says, good morning to everyone. Prayers being sent to all of you. I thank God for this program. I feel I'm being fed. Thank you, Lynn. You are welcome. God's the only one that can feed you, sweetheart. I'm just a messenger. Betty says, good morning, family. I'm so happy we're getting together again today. Love you all. Me too. I'm happy we are. I got started early until I got the phone call because I was going to come up at 7, about 7:15. Virginia says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost, and family. Good morning, Virginia. James says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Daughter of the Most High says, good morning. Good morning. Kenneth says, I saw this the other day and cried like a baby. It totally hit home. You know what? Somebody sent that to me a long time ago, and I had it stored. And for some reason, I don't never go to my store stuff, not unless I'm really looking for something. I saw it up there, and I says, huh. And I could feel like a tugging going. So I went through it, and it was not like the third one down, and I tapped on it, and it had 3 things in there, and that was one of them. And I listened to it again, and I put my head down, and I said, oh my gosh, we're all going through this. He said, play it. I said, really? And then I felt the tug again, and I said, well, I guess I'm going to play it. Gordy says, peace, love, and prayers to all of you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Gordy. Mimi, I'll post it down in Telegram. I had it down there a couple of years ago. I'll put it down there again. Village is grand rising, Lynn. peace, joy, and love. Thank you. You too. Viola, good morning, honey. How are you? Sherry says, good morning, Lennon family. Good morning. Brighter Days says, hi, Lennon, everyone in chat. Another beautiful day today. Love and prayers to all. Thank you. You also. I love that song. It just makes me cry. Lana says, beautiful day to all. It's finally not raining for a minute in North Alabama. Love to you all. To be encouraged today. It's a day the Lord has made, and we will rejoice. My hand is up. Things will get better. That's right. Amen. Angel, what? Pray for Warren. He has a spinal tap. He's in a stent in a brain to release the fluid. Okay. I got you. Lori says, good morning, family. Good morning. We're thankful every new day. Be thankful for every new day. Andrew says, good morning, everyone. Have a great day. Sending, it looks like a smile. Good morning, honey. Thank you, honey. Roxanne says, Len, my daughter that was in surgery for part or full removal of her stomach. They took part of her stomach, left a tumor since it spread to her pancreas. They give her less than a year. Don't believe that, Roxanne. Don't believe that. You go to your daughter and you tell her, no, that's not going to happen. Get her started on ivermectin and benzosol. Get her started immediately. Give her a small dose in the morning, a small dose in the evening. My journey says, good morning, all. Good morning. Thank you, Kathleen. I needed to hear that. Thank you. Stephanie says, Grand Rising, everyone. Sending prayers. I'll take them. Brenda says, Len, please keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I'm in my doctor's revealed a blockage in my LAD, also known as Widowmaker. I'm on several medications and eating very well. I got you. Sunshine RV says, good morning, everyone. God bless us all. Enough is enough. I agree. Good morning, Donald. Schwally Pop says, hi, everyone. God is so good. Prayers for all who needs them. Much love to all. I agree. Much love to all. Nancy says 62 on Cape Cod, getting lots of pollen too. Ooh. You know those little things that come up and they turn into those yellow little flowers, but you can blow on them. I actually went out yesterday and took one from the grass, and it was the only one out there, so I picked it up just to throw it away. And then I remember as a kid we used to make a wish and blow on them, so I did. I can't believe I did. And I looked at myself, why are you doing that? I wonder if the neighbors saw me. Oh, it was just, I didn't even think about it. I just picked it up and looked at it, went to throw it away and looked down at it again. Grace says, good morning. I'm still here with you. Lynn, been a while since I been in chat, but I'm still here supporting you and the truth. Much love. Thank you. You have been gone for a while, and I wonder what was going on with you. You can always reach out to me, Grace. Nancy says, morning all. Good morning. Mary Catherine says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Belinda says, Grand Rising, everyone. Sending love. Grand Rising. Good morning, Scooby-Doo. Mary says, Grand Rising. Lynn, Ghost, and Wickfield family and all mods. Grand Rising. Cece says, good morning, doll. Good morning. I know, right, Tammy? But love covers all wrongs. That's right, Mary Ellen. John says, in Georgia, I believe someone is doing the rain dance instead of the happy dance. It is you. Stop it. My toes are growing webs between them, and it makes me hard to do the happy dance. John, you know what? Maybe a pair of house shoes would do better. Gardner says, Grand Rising family. Not long ago, we were having frosty mornings and now 90s. We're not in the 90s. We started out to be in the 90s and then zip changed. All these chemtrails just came and they're back again. They're coming like every 3 to 4 days. We've got chemtrails, but I noticed a pattern on them. And so what I did was I started taking a paper and notepad and looking up at them. And then I started screenshotting them. And then I started comparing them. So far, what I have is if you see an X, a tic-tac-toe type track, that seems to be sunshine, because the day before it'll say rain, and then they go through that day, and the next day we have sunshine, and that's the track that I'm seeing. The other two lines are rain. Again, because within a day or two we got rain instead of sunshine. So that's why I said every day I have to watch the weather, because it changes constantly. So when you see them coming the way they are, especially a lot, you're going to have a lot of changes going on. And if you have to go somewhere, or you got to do something, or you got too much rain, you want to find out what is happening. Angel says, Grand Rising family, wishing my husband a happy birthday today. Clear and no rain yet. Prayers for all. Well, tell him happy birthday. Sharon says, please pray for me, finances for the ministry. Absolutely. Yeah, we do, Beef Man. Absolutely. Good morning, Trout King. You're okay, honey. As long as you're here, we appreciate you. We always appreciate you, though. Jerry says, just came in from Wells Fargo, Wapsingers Falls, New York. They have new ATMs that dispense all denominations, including a $1 bill. Wow. $1? Wow. Yes, Nancy, she says, I notice all the women's fashions are looking like the 70s. Maybe it's a sign we are headed there. I love the 70s. No, it's the time that they recycle. And this time now it's the 70s, the big bell bottoms, which guess who's going to buy a pair, I hope. I do, but I'm not wearing the other things. The high, what do you call those? High platform shoes are in. Oh no, I can't wear those anymore. But I can do the bell bottoms. Maga Girl says, morning family, blessings to all. Blessings, sweetheart. Sheridan says, good morning. Have a wonderful day. You also. They're not data centers, so don't worry about them. Yes, I've been hearing a lot of people tell me the banks are experiencing problems. And even Mark, I think it was yesterday, Mark Z, he even said he was told that some of the bond people went. Now, they have to go first. But these are the different bonds. These aren't the regular bonds. These are the ones, they're not dragon bonds. They're like for the churches and stuff like that. So he said they started. He said now he could prove that one, but I had to get off because my phone was ringing. Your 3-year-old granddaughter wears her bell bottoms too. Oh, how cute. Jamie says, good morning, Lynn Ghost and family. Good morning. All right, let's get started this morning, guys. Oh, fun, isn't it? All right, so we're going to start off with this one because I think it's going to make you feel a whole lot better. Because you should know where this is coming from. Remember, everything they're telling you that has huge amounts of money is not coming from where you think they are.
J.D. Vance announcing the White House has recovered as much as $160 billion by rooting out fraud in small business loans, COVID relief, student aid, and other government handouts. Listen.
I'm particularly gratified here that this is not a partisan effort. I believe we have a couple of representatives from the attorney generals in Connecticut and Oregon. And as I've said repeatedly, this should not be a partisan effort. Everybody should care about fraud. Everybody should care about rooting out fraud. Everybody should care about saving the American taxpayers' money.
The VP delivering those remarks at a White House roundtable attended by 14 Republican attorneys general, but top prosecutors from 24 blue states declined to attend, including Minnesota AG Keith Ellison. Federal prosecutors say fraud throughout Minnesota's service programs could total more than $9 billion.
And that's just the beginning. That is just the beginning. I kid you not. Okay, so now let's go. We're going to talk about this. Okay, so let's keep going.
I have some wonderful news for seniors on Social Security. The United States Social Security Administration has begun sending out emails. No more taxes on seniors' Social Security. Last night, his speech in Iowa, President Trump announced a UFC fight will be held on the grounds at the White House. He also announced the Patriot Games. This will be a televised event with the top high school athletes from all 50 states. National parks will begin implementing higher entry fees for foreign visitors compared to U.S. citizens. The first load of criminal non-citizens have arrived at Alligator Alcatraz. President Trump has saved over 2 million family farms from the unalive tax. After the June jobs report, the stock market has hit record highs. Promises made are promises kept. This is exactly what we voted for. I have some wonderful.
Okay, so she sent this to me early this morning. Now, she said that they talked to her yesterday and said that it would come out. Not if it wasn't the end of this month, it would be the following month. So all of those taxes are being wiped out. And I said, did you absolutely confirm that? She goes, absolutely confirmed it. So good. See, things are moving. Okay, now we're going to get back into the Iran thing, but we've got several things until you kind of get it, what's really happening. Okay, so hang on. Because until we get past this hump of Iran, we're not going to get where we need to go. All right. So, and then I want you to decide this for yourself. Is it, isn't, are we, aren't we? I'm sorry. Do you guys know who? Oh, what's her name? Honey. Her name is Honey. I think she's on Rumble. I used to watch her once in a while, and every once in a while I get her to come up. Well, she came up, so I'm going to play this for you. And she's pretty spot on, except I don't believe in some of the things she believes in. But she follows a lot of things, and I like her, but I got to stay away things that I just don't feel comfortable with. So, but I am going to show you this. Because you guys already know where it's coming from. Her name is Honey Golden.
C is a high basic income coming out through your strawman account. So no one will be worrying about whether they have enough to buy a house, to buy a car, to buy food. Survival will not be a thing anymore. Worrying about survival. This will shift a lot of the mentality that's been attached to money. So people are going to be able to be creative again, and they're going to do things they actually want to do with their life instead of working for someone that makes them feel like they don't matter, or they're doing something that doesn't inspire them.
Okay, so I sent her a message back and I says, I really don't think it's going to be called that. You may want to research what the name is going to be, which I don't think she's going to find it, because I think they're going to be distributed through the Treasury, but there's going to be other sources they're going to have. So that's why it is coming, but and I think the straw man account might just come out first. Trump said something about straw. What if he was talking about straw man? Because nothing he said made sense. So I just want to let you guys know the straw man account is going to probably not be, because that was a 2030 agenda, was the name of disbursements. So, but it wasn't money. Okay, so basic universal income. Well, yeah, it was money, but it was a fiat money, and we know where that was going. So we're not on the 2030 agenda. But she's good. She knows what she's talking about, but she didn't know the name. But that's okay. But she knows what she's talking about.
Where exactly are we with this deal with Iran? You know, the one that President Trump said on Saturday was already largely negotiated. Well, here's what he said about it today.
Iran is very much intent. They want very much to make a deal. So far, they haven't gotten there. We're not satisfied with it, but now we will be. We will be either that or we'll have to just finish the job.
So the deal's off, or the talks are still happening?
They're negotiating on fumes. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we have to go back and finish it. Maybe we don't.
Finish it? As in restart military strikes?
Well, I think we're doing very well. They are starting to give us the things that they have to give us. And if they do, that's great. And if they won't, then the man on my left is going to finish them off.
The man on his left, by the way, was Secretary of Defense /War Pete Hegseth. So, yeah, after saying on Saturday this deal was largely negotiated, today Trump is saying he isn't satisfied with that deal. So, as he said repeatedly today, he, as in Hegseth, may finish them off. Obviously, that means U.S. military strikes. So what about this deal that Trump seemed really excited about on Saturday is making him so unhappy today? Well, according to Iran's state TV, so remember, this media outlet is not run by independent journalists. It is dictated by the Iranian regime. And the Trump administration says what I'm about to tell you is totally fake. But what Iranian state TV is saying is that this draft memorandum of understanding with the U.S. includes the Strait of Hormuz opening back up to pre-war shipping levels within 30 days if the United States ends its blockade of the strait. The memorandum of understanding suggests that Iran would still control which ships entered and exited the strait and could possibly still charge tolls for transit. This alleged MOU did not include any discussion of Iran's enriched uranium. So let's get President Trump's response to each of those alleged deal points. First, would Trump accept a deal, even in the short term, to open the Strait of Hormuz, but under the condition that Iran and its neighbor Oman would control it?
No, the strait's going to be open to everybody.
And who would control it?
It's international waters. Nobody's going to control it. We're going to watch over it. We'll watch over it, but nobody's going to control it. That's part of the negotiation that we have. They would like to control it. Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up.
So now the U.S. is watching over the strait. Is that permanent or not permanent? And the U.S. is also threatening to blow up Oman? That part is totally new. But I think it's clear that President Trump is not willing to agree to anything that includes Iran controlling the strait, either in the short term or the long term. So now that we know that, what if there's a deal where Iran opens the strait and doesn't control it, but the deal doesn't include any discussion about Iran's enriched uranium stockpile, and instead punts those discussions to a later date? Would Trump go for that?
Would you accept an agreement with Iran that just calls for further talks on uranium, or is the only option in your mind one?
I would for some of it, because it's a memorandum of understanding for speed. And one of the things that will happen is the strait will open immediately. But it's got to be perfect. I'm not going to do this. I didn't do this to get a crummy agreement.
Okay, so that was confusing. The president said he would not agree to that, and then he said he would agree to that, and then he talked about the strait, which I will remind you was not even an issue before this war started. So based on what the president said today, that leaves us almost exactly where we started, with the U.S. and Iran not really moving their position at all. Then Trump made things more complicated when he added a new layer to this Iran deal. He said he wants all the Middle Eastern countries to also sign on to the Abraham Accords, which is an agreement that he made during his first term that had majority Muslim countries recognize Israel for the first time and normalize relations with them.
Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and the others, we'd like to have them immediately join and Steve Witkoff is working on that with Jared and some others, but would like to have them join the Abraham Accords. It'll be historic if they do it. And I think they owe that to us, to be honest. I think, because that really would be a tremendous sign. And I think those countries owe it to us. I'm not sure we should make the deal if they don't sign. You want to know the truth.
So what next? We know the longer this deal takes, the more gas prices are going to go up for all of us. Trump said right now he has more important concerns.
And you've said that you're in no rush to make a deal, but with gas prices that are still high across the country, people are paying more for travel. Does that give you more urgency to make a deal? Why doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you the primary urgency. I said this, it wasn't covered properly, but the primary urgency is that we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. But at the same time, we have a tremendous amount of oil, gas, coal. We have tremendous amounts of energy. We're blessed with something very special. Those prices are going to come down. They're going to come down fast. I think that you'll see, actually, Todd, I think you're going to see lower prices that we had even before we did this.
It's unclear if gas prices are going to fall fast when this is all over. History shows us that usually gas prices take some time to come back down. But hey, maybe this time will be different. Regardless, Trump made it clear today if Iran thinks the upcoming midterm elections are going to motivate him to move faster to end this war, they're wrong.
They thought they were going to outweight me. We'll outweight him. He's got the midterms. I don't care about the midterms. Look what happened last night. That was the prelude to the midterms.
Of course, he's referencing the runoff election in Texas last night, where the Trump-endorsed candidate beat a 24-year incumbent Republican to become the GOP nominee for U.S. Senate. What Trump is saying is because his preferred candidate won last night, as several others already have too, he is confident in his base, and he believes no matter what he does, his party will win in November. Of course, whether that happens is going to be up to you, the voters. So where exactly?
Okay, so you got to take in regards that she's talking to people that doesn't know any of this stuff, and they see him on all these programs. All right, keep that in mind. Remember, I told you he goes from one to another, and he's just back and forth and this and that. And okay, so let's move forward. Now, if you see the time post on that one, it was 14 hours ago that she posted it, not made it. Okay, big difference. You always got to look at the timestamp when they make something. Because if you bring something up old, it's already been done. Or as you might think.
President Trump just wrapped up a cabinet meeting at the White House where he talked extensively about Iran, and he said he is unwilling to sign any agreement that isn't a great deal. He said he won't sign a crummy agreement, and went on to say the Iranians want very much to make a deal. So far, they haven't gotten there. We are not satisfied with it. The president also laid out a new red line on exporting Iran's highly enriched uranium. He told a group of reporters before the cabinet that he would not be comfortable with Iran exporting its highly enriched uranium around 60% purity to a country like China or Russia. This could be a sticking point at the negotiating table, but the president concluded many of his remarks on Iran, pointing to the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, saying, we can make a great deal with this guy right here. So a lot of updates, and the president leaving open the possibility of military options if the Iranian regime does not reach an agreement with the United States in the days or weeks ahead.
Okay, so is this getting confusing to you? Do you feel kind of that way? All right, so let's continue again. So remember the timestamp. The one that she did was 14 hours where she posted it. The one he did, I don't have a timestamp, but it was probably the same day. Now, let's listen to this one. And I'm going somewhere with this. You guys should already know where I'm going.
I think the U.S. just started World War III tonight. If you haven't heard, the U.S. just bombed Iran's nuclear sites. Trump just tweeted about it on Truth Social, talking about the successful strike, thanking the great American warriors, and then in all caps says, now is the time for peace. How ironic. If you don't know, some of Iran's allies include Russia and China, and Kim Jong-un of North Korea has recently offered to be an ally of Iran's as well. Who knows how this is going to play out or escalate, but Iran has also said that they will retaliate against the US if they get involved. I'm not an expert on these things. I'm just sharing a little bit about what I know. So if you know more, please enlighten us in the comments.
Okay, there is not going to be a World War III. Okay. Okay, Russia, Saudi Arabia, none of these countries hate United States or Trump. They're all freaking actors. So we're playing out a show. But I am in agreement. How long is this going to take to keep playing it out? Once there's one they're not. Then they got one, then they don't. Yes, BRICS is in place. But remember, they're going to make the real people think this is going on, because I already see it out there. And I just be quiet because I'm not going to get in a debate with anybody. We're right back to this again. All right, let's continue. And this is a good thing. But I do have some good news for you. But I want you to see the confusion that if people are really listening, now mainstream media, they're doing the same thing. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I've listened to ABC, NBC, no, not ABC, NBC, Fox News. Oh, there's two other ones. Anyway, they're all saying the same thing. I don't know what the other ones are saying, but I listened to those. They're all saying the same thing. Because they're under control. All right, now let me get the timestamp on that one. Okay, that was 20 hours ago that she posted this. Now let's go to this one. Now, this was 19 hours ago, so they're within a couple hours.
Is a red alert. It is actually happening, and the markets are reacting in real time. Live on your screen right now is the price of oil absolutely and totally collapsing over the last few days, and it is on a rocket ship down to earth right now because the details of the Iran peace deal with President Trump and America have just been made public by Iran. Critical element there. Iranian media reporting on the details of the agreed upon peace negotiations, and it has sent oil prices cratering. Look at the oil prices over the last few days and certainly over the last month. Down, collapsed by 10%. Just today is collapsed by 3%, $77 a barrel. $65 a barrel gets you $2 gasoline. We are $10 away, ladies and gentlemen, from being back. And look at the stock market. Back at record highs right now. The S&P 500 futures surge to their highest level on record, up 19% since the March 30th bottom. We're back, baby. And the reason why the markets are reacting like this with absolute euphoria is because Iran has confirmed the peace negotiation details, and they are spectacular. Donald Trump is negotiating maybe the best peace and the most lasting peace for the region that has ever been done. And we'll get to the details in just one moment. Crude is down another 3.5%. The 10-year is down 1.5%. VIX is down another 1%, and stock futures are roaring. Why? Well, one, Iran is allowing dozens of ships to cross through the Strait of Hormuz. You can actually track them on this marinetraffic.com tracker. You can see that there are ships that are navigating through and out. This was an area that you wouldn't find any ships, any of any type, anywhere, right here. But now you can see ships are navigating through, and you can check and track them in real time. There have been millions of barrels of oil that have poured through the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran is bringing their internet back. Iran starts coming back with internet service after one of the most thorough shutdowns of Wi-Fi and internet in human history, 88 days of near total blackout, according to Iranian telecom companies, but now their internet has been restored. Iran. This is a red alert. It is.
Okay. Did you catch the end? Okay, this was buzzing all day yesterday. Iran had a huge blackout, completely blackout. Verified. Do you know what the blackout was for? You should know. All right, so think about that. I'm going to pull this up for you. Let me find what's in here. Okay, come on. Okay, so I'm going to pin that. All right, so let me show you something. So know that the blackout did take place. So what is it? What is it? What is it? Why did they black out? Why did they get a blackout? All the electricity went out. The internet's gone. Everything went gone. Then came back up. It would have been our evening, our late evening last night. We're not going to need it. No, we're not going to need it because we already have it. You know what we have? A switchover. A reset. They had to go and put in place and get it active because they didn't have it. Was what? What didn't they have in their banking system? Come on, you know. We have it. You know, where you're on your phone and you do a transaction and boom, money's gone before you even get it. You go into a store and you're sitting there and they're calculating it up and they hit a button, they tell you how much it is, and it's already out of your phone and you're just putting your card in. QFS, they did not have. See, theirs won't be called the QFS either, and it won't be called the same thing as ours at all. But they have the same actions as we do. So, yeah, now you see where I'm going with all this? See, I had to lead you up to that. See, okay, so the story has it is I knew they weren't not on the system yet because they had to take out some bad people and the oil refineries and some other things that we know about. So they couldn't put it in until after things were done. They got done. Why are they back there now? It's a look here, not there. You know, someone said to me 3 weeks ago, in about 4 weeks from today, which I said like 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe it's not been long. Anyway, they said, watch and see what happens. I said, with what? And they says, you're looking at all the nations. I said, yeah. He said, they'll have to go back 2 times. And I go, why? It has to happen in 2s. I said, why does it have to do that? And he says, well, I don't have time to tell you right now. I said, well, tell me later. Well, he never called back, but I'll call him. So this is the second time they went back. Do you think they're going to go at it again? Because there is no war, and they're finished. Now, will the United States be in control? No, I think, as Trump said, we are the strongest country. So we will be looking over that, but we will not have control. He will have to go to all the countries if there is an issue with anything. Nobody owns the strait. Yes, Jamie, correct. See, you guys got it. Now, so he comes up and says, we have a peace deal, but it's with Iran. Iran announced it. Yes, I was trying to get the paper and I don't know where I put it. I couldn't find it. I put the announcement or the video announcement. I still don't know where it's at. Maybe this afternoon I can try to find that. Then I'll post it in Telegram. Okay, so now this is what this lady comes out with. 19 hours ago. Maybe she overlooked something. And I promise this is the end of it, I think. Now, get a load of this. I have to laugh at this.
Trump made the announcement. It's official. We're at war with Iran.
He did
and
not
announcements
say
have been
that.
made that Iranian missiles are headed toward Israel. The first strikes seemed targeted and limited, but Trump made it clear they're going to escalate.
Oh, pictures!
And he also warned of the possibility of U.S. casualties. So it looks like we're in a full-fledged war. Israel has warned its citizens of the possibility of retaliation. And obviously that's beginning to happen because they're reporting the missiles headed their way. But we need to understand there's also a possibility of retaliation against us because we're right in the middle of it. So our peace president has us in yet another military clash with another country.
Somebody needs to wake her up. Seriously, come on. You know what? If we would have known that was absolutely going on, do you not think something would be happening? Like he would come up and tell the whole world that we are at full-blown war? I looked at that and I said, who are you? Where do you think this information comes from? My goodness. All right, so let's switch gears here. Just a second. This is better. All right, this is better. Actually, it's really good. Okay, Mr. Poole. When did he put this out? 6:24 p.m. last night. Okay, so remember, I'm always looking for days and dates because if they're fake or they're too old, no, I already know about them. I already know. So the deal is just leaked. Read it before, they spin it. They spin it. It's just, okay. So this is Iranian State TV just broadcasted the U.S.-Iran Memorial of Understanding. Here's what's in it. U.S. lifts the naval blockade. Iran reopens the Strait of Hormuz and pre-war shipping levels within 30 days. U.S. military forces withdraw from the Iranian territory. Iranian dismantles its nuclear enrichment program. This is not a ceasefire, it's a surrender. Oil cash 7% the moment it leaked. You know what that means? Your gas prices are about to collapse. 3 months ago, they told you this war would last for years. They said Iran would never negotiate. They said Hormuz would close forever. They said $8 gas was the new normal. Today, Iran is signing away its nuclear program and reopening the world's most important shipping lane in 30 days. While CNN debates whether it's real, oil already crashing. The market already knows. Your 401ks already knows. The Saudis already knows. The man they shot at on Saturday just ended the war on Wednesday. Let me say that again. Shot at Saturday, ended a war Wednesday. 4 days, from a bullet to a peace deal. They said he was unfit. He just didn't have what Obama couldn't in 8 years, what Biden couldn't in 4, what the UN couldn't, and 40. Gas is dropping, markets are soaring, troops are coming home, Iran is dismantling, and he did it in a cabinet meeting while eating lunch. They wanted World War III. He gave them a signature. Now, this was yesterday at 6:24 p.m. Now, I've not heard any more about it. So if somebody gets something else about it, please send it to me. Don't bombard me with them, but just send them to me. Because I'm going to probably busy this morning and probably maybe afternoon doing Zoom calls because we don't live in the same state. Send it to me. Let me know what they're saying, what's going on, whether it's a video, X, I don't care. Just if you can do that for me, I appreciate it. So right now, as far as we're concerned, but let me show you this. This is where you go to get oil prices, oil.com. So when you go down here, it says breaking news, India's energy investment set for records of $170 billion in 2026. Whoa. So these are not real numbers yet, but all you have to do is click on. So now you got the real pricing. So here it's up, 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 up. And these are showing you the crude. These are heating oil. Look at these prices. Holy cow. 102.12. I'm trying to find. Anyway, this is where you go. It's called oil price charts. So if you want to look at different countries, what's happening to them. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and then it will give you news about certain companies, what they're doing, and so forth. If you're interested in what's happening to us in the other countries, you can go there. I will also post that in Telegram so you guys have it. You know what? I can't. Yeah, I can put a link there. Yeah, you can see them, Tina. But I just wanted to show you that one. I didn't mean to interrupt us. Okay, so here's my question. I'm going to show you this picture. Okay, so this is Trump Plaza that used to sit on the boardwalk in New Jersey. Now, as I said, I'd been there. He had come down the escalators. Matter of fact, they did a walkthrough and a video on this Trump Plaza. And it was just like this. And the two escalators were there, one going up, one coming down. At the very end to the side, coming down, is where I was standing looking up at Trump and the two guards. Why would they let this go that long? They took this down in early 1980s. Why would this is still standing? I mean, the boardwalk has to look ugly with this thing on there. Oh, he says Trump Plaza Casino abandoned. No, it wasn't 2004. Oh, it could have been. Yeah, because I didn't go there to the early 80s. Oh, yeah. I have friends that live in New Jersey. I haven't talked to them in about 2 years over on Facebook. because I don't do Facebook anymore. I know her husband said that it was still very, very beautiful. So I don't know. Is that a fake video? Fake picture? I don't know. But my question is, why would the boardwalk? Because the boardwalk is beautiful and maintained. Is it gone? I know they closed Trump Plaza, but is the boardwalk and everything on there gone? See, he did bankruptcy, supposedly. He did bankruptcy. Maybe bankruptcy took it. But bankruptcy would have scrubbed that out. It wouldn't have had that standing. But that's what it looked like if you've not been there before. It was absolutely beautiful. The whole boardwalk was. Then there was other places at the other end, like Merv Griffin, but there was no casino in it. Nice dinner. He had very pretty. And I said, why no casino? He lost his license and they nabbed him. I didn't know that. So I was like, wow, okay. Didn't know Merv Griffin. I thought he was just on TV. Young. I was young. Oh my goodness. Life is strange sometimes. Okay, so now we're changing it, and it's going to be a little bit of mix and match. So, okay. Oh, where'd I go? Shoot, let me go here. See if it took it. Well, why did it do that? Okay, stop sharing. That's what it's telling me. Okay, my bad.
Pam Bondi has cancer, huh? And Linda McMahon, too. Huh? Tulsi? Where's Tulsi going? Where's that little Dan Bongino? They sure are dropping pretty fast, aren't they? It's also right in front of people's faces. Every day they go down. John McCain's son died. Huh? A lot of them have been dying. You know, people that just, they were famous, but they weren't, you know, like Kyle Busch famous. Yeah, you should be Googling each day. Who's stepping down? Who's dying? We've picked up pace. Just in time for the 4th of July celebration. What do you guys think? Huh? When we make this deal with the Middle East, are we then looking at the RV? Y'all holding silver? I hope so. Let's go.
Okay, so she's right. There are a lot of people behind the scenes that are being taken. So Gabby, yeah, Bondi. So let's move on with this one. You think nothing's happening? Okay, so the next one I'm going to play. I'm tiptoeing around this. I'm going to play it so you guys can listen. Only because I got some information. Some of it that's true. Again, this was one day ago.
Good, Nino. Good to be back with you, brother.
Yeah, man. So look, like I say all the time, man, it seems to me like I'm blown away about how many podcasters and influencers out there that just don't see the forest through the trees. I mean, we are a niche group of you, me, a few other ones, right? Scott, Josh, a few other people out there. But it's like we're the tip of the spear in this. And I've got to say we've been over the target. We've missed some dates here and there, but there's no way to be 100% all the time. But I would say we're batting at least 85, 90%. And I still can't believe that others cannot see this. And the garbage, the corn they're selling to the masses is pretty sad. And that's why we're in this fucking position in the first place.
Yeah. And, we, like you said, in this show and other shows, we knew this was coming. This time was coming. Where a lot of these people that have been podcasters for a long time, I think some of them have infiltrated, gained trust, and now they're basically, just trying to destroy MAGA, President Trump, and so forth. It's not working. People are just turning away from them and finding who's got the right information, who's putting out the truth, and that's what we've been doing all along. So it's great to see people waking up to it. What's going on in the world? I mean, I'm looking at Iran, and I'm like, hello, what you're making deals with terrorists? I don't think so. I did a show yesterday where I talked about the confusion principle, where you're working out, you confuse your muscles, you do something different. So President Trump is always doing that constantly. He is, he's a comedian to me. I love him. I know he's throwing curveballs out there. 1,000,000 miles an hour, and they can't even come close to hitting it. But we have to be aware that there's other things that are going on, like Cuba. So he's probably okay. We'll let the world see just how bad.
I gave you your cake for today. I'm going to say this one more time. What did I tell you? The next country they bring up would be what? Michael Jaco just said it. Now Trump is going to be bringing up it again. Guess what happens after that? That's why I'm playing this video.
Iran is. If they haven't seen it yet, they're going to see it. I'm going to get as many ships out of that, Suez or Strait of Hormuz as I can. In the meantime, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to handle Cuba, because I said I was going to handle Cuba after I got done with Iran. So here we are. Iran's back burner. Now we're on Cuba. We'll handle that, and then we'll go back to Iran. That's probably the way it's going to work. But I'm just an outsider looking in. From my experience, having been in the combat realm for a long time, and in the intelligence realm, CIA side, I know these things, have to work their way out. So I think that's what we're looking at right now. What's going to happen with the Tulsi Gabbard? I don't know, man, because George Webb said that she was fired like almost a month ago. I'm like, what? And so there was like crickets, and now she's resigned. I'm like, okay, it took a while for that to go through.
Wow. So hold on, wait a second there. So you're saying, because I kind of heard whispers on that too, but I didn't capitalize on that. So what you're saying is she could have been fired.
Yeah.
And now they're letting her have the saving grace of saying, I'm going to resign, to save face, basically.
Yeah. George Webb, just mapped it all out, said she was involved in some stuff, and she wasn't informing President Trump. And so he probably knew about it all along. It's like, how he is. He lets people do the right thing. And if you fail, then you're gone. And I think she's gone. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, you would want to leave and be with your, loved one in their final days. But I mean, I've been in that position my whole career. People, my family died, and I was like, well, I still have to go on in life. And
well, yeah, I'm dealing with that right now, and I do podcasts every day. I mean, I don't know what's going to be like when I lose my dad and mom, but like right now, I'm still pushing shows, and I have to stay busy. I got to keep my mind distracted.
Yeah. So it doesn't make sense to me that she's leaving. She's in one of the most, very consequential positions in the world, not just in the United States, but in the world, with all the intel agencies and so forth. So for her just walk away, I'm going to be with my husband. It sounds to me like, what George Webb said. She was basically fired quite a while ago.
Wow.
Around the same time frame as Bondi. So it makes sense that they want to
Trump would have known this, right? Trump knows who he can trust and who he can't. He gives them a chance first, though.
Yeah. And we look at her background and, some of the stuff she's done over time. She's been against him on a lot of different things. And then she kind of would get centered. But there's been a lot of that. And I know you've had conversations with her and she's not quite on board with some stuff.
No, I was, when I was with her in Austin for the Joe Rogan show, and my buddy BJ Penn was on the show, I remember talking to her. We were in the same vehicle driving in the SUV, and I remember she was like, we were talking about Obama, and I was just throwing things at her a little bit, testing her a little bit, like, what do you think? I mean, about his sexuality, this and that. She goes, I don't see it as a big deal.
Okay, I stopped the video because I wanted to point a couple things out to you. As I said, I'm not a fan. And there's a reason why, and I think you guys know why. But even though that's supposed to be his belt, I had someone send me the same one I had already, this one. And they said, doesn't that kind of resemble an eye in a red background and black behind them? And I had to go back and look. One Eye Club? Kind of dark there. He changed his background, didn't he? I'm just realizing that. Oh, yeah, he's in Nino's corner. It does, doesn't it, Jamie? I never even realized that until she said, look at that. All right, so they've been talking about Bondi and all that, this, that, whatever. Okay, so we got that part. So this is what I want to tell you right now. Let me see if I got the sharing. Okay, so before we talk about Pam Bondi, when he said that Gabby resigned, what does resign mean? What does cancer mean? That's why I said I don't say the C word. Not only because it comes from evil, because they are evil. Former Attorney General Pam Bondi diagnosed with thyroid cancer, recovering from treatment. Former. Did you hear an announcement of her completely stepping down? When I got it, it was 20 hours ago, which was yesterday. Well, she got a reassignment, all right. They're telling you right here. Right here is the word. The other one, you should have known, that's resign. Resign means they took them. Cancer, they took them. A tie and hanging, they took them. Suicide, they took them. June 30th. There are so many more that they have taken in the background. I'm waiting for the list as soon as I get it, and I can tell them or ask them, please, can I show it? Because they do send me things that I can't show. So as soon as I get approval that I can show it, I'm going to show you all the names that are gone. They're either gone to one place or gone to another, or are still playing their part, or it is actually them. Very few is actually them, trust me. But behind the scenes, there are a couple of them that are still here. So that being said, we're going to have a good time here pretty soon. We really are. So if you don't think things aren't happening, they are happening, just in different ways. And that's why I say you have to pay attention to everything. Even I miss things, like if I'm going to a doctor's appointment, I don't turn my phone on. If I go to a store, I sometimes don't turn my phone on. Or I got it mute. And I miss a couple things. Not many, but I do. Or somebody will say, hey, did you see this? No, and they'll send it to me. Then I got to get it verified. And not that I don't trust anybody. It's just that there's a lot of fake going on again. Like I said, Telegram number 3.0 for me on Telegram. This is absolutely crazy. Please do not answer those. You have to get a link to get in. All you have to do is go there. I go every day, see if anybody's joining, and I'm posting. If I don't post, it's because there's nothing of importance to post. Or maybe a song that I think you would like to join in with me on, because it's usually about us being a family or someone losing somebody, or maybe a music information. But whatever I post down there, you decide whether or not you want to listen to it or you don't want to listen to it. But I don't post just to post. I'm very picky. I'm very picky at everything. I hate asking for things. That's just me. I'm always been the one to be able to give. And see, I'm in the same situation as you are. I can't do any of that. So Pam Bondi, Gabby, and a few others are gone. Never to return. All right. Now, this kind of shocked me that they even brought this up. Oh, shoot. I keep forgetting to shop share today. Okay, we're back. Let's see if I got it. So I saw her on TikTok, but I don't know what she was reporting on. Anyway, so I seen the picture before I saw her, and I thought, oh, I haven't seen her in a while. So
remember the lady from TikTok who last year was threatening the president and Trump supporters?
If any of
her
you
name was
know.
Desiree Doreen Sagari. Well, back in March, Miss Sagari found out that there were actual consequences to those actions. Miss Sagari, 41 years of age, of Sarasota, Florida, has been sentenced to 14 months in federal prison. Miss Sagari's crime was interstate communication of a threat to injure. Sagari was found guilty by a jury on January the 13th. Miss Sagari was convicted by her own videos that she put up on TikTok. Miss Sagari was trying to start an online trend. She encouraged her viewers to like and share the post. Hindsight is always 20/20, and I bet if Miss Sagari could go back and redo that, she would have never made those posts. Clicks and views ain't everything, folks. Behavior like that has consequence. Let me know your thoughts.
Okay, so let me back this up. I do remember seeing her one day. She was very, 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 very upset with something Trump was talking about. And I listened to her. And there was, hundreds of people flying through there. It was alive. And she was rambling and going on. And she was frustrated and upset about what was going on in this world. And then she called out you know who. Well, then she said, you know what, we're going to have a part 2. Well, because I already went there, I automatically injected into receiving notifications that she was on. So I said, okay, part 2, let's go see what she's got to say. Again, she started where she left off at, with a smooth takeoff on what she was wanting to say to you know who. But you know what? Isn't that against our rights not to be able? Listen. What happened to our rights to be able to freedom of speech? And we know this is a movie. He says this himself, central casting. So why didn't she fight this? Well, I mean, I don't know if she did or not. But to arrest her for that, that's still freedom of speech. I don't care if it's interstate or not. See, are we going right back to the same damn thing again? Good morning, Donna. She didn't say I'm going to, you know what. She just was going on and on and on about anger and everything else about him and everything else. And that's what they got her for. She did not say anything like that whatsoever. Not that I'm aware of. But she went on a good rant and everybody was agreeing with her. Now, if she had really, truly threatened somebody, and I mean meaningfully threaten them, that's different. Just like somebody threatened me on my email. I sent it over to somebody and they took care of the problem. No violence. She just said basically what he was doing to the people with all these other countries and that he wasn't real. So what's wrong with that? Len, the world we live in cannot give freedom to the mentally. As she was saying to people. Well, I'll tell you what. If we can't say what she was saying, that's an issue. That's a major issue. We're no better off today than we were when we started this then. I wish I had those videos. I mean, I was just watching for myself. I wasn't watching to put anything up here. I had to say, she had a voice. She really did. But she never threatened him. Well, guys, I'm taking a deep breath. Whispering says, good morning, all. Stopping in on my break. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. You also, honey. Thank you. Richard, she really wasn't saying anything. She was just saying what we're going through, and it just kind of got stronger and stronger in her voice. And, you know, she was angry. And, of course, everybody in that chat, she had over 1,000 in there. I just got on and listened, and I was just listening, and I was like, mm-hmm. I mean, I thought she was fine. I know a threat when I hear one. TikTok does not have freedom of speech. Yeah, I know. But there are some that gets privileges on there, and I know that for a fact, and I don't know why. And so I'm not on TikTok registered as a TikToker. I can't ask them. She was just a person that just like you and I. She talked about world events, and she even was talking about her daughters and I mean, she just was everywhere, but she had a decent podcast. That's all I'm trying to tell you. But she got angry because she was talking about all the wars that were happening and they were not happening and this, that, whatever. And then she just kind of escalated from there, but she did not say anything or threat anybody. Oh, geez, what this world is coming to. Mm-mm-mm. Well, guys, that's it for this morning. I hope you enjoyed the information you got, and know that everything is still lining up. Everything is fine. Now, as soon as he says the C word of the CU, you've lined up. And that's all I'm waiting for. Now, can he say that and still be with Iran? Yes, because it's not war. And they won't be talking more. It would be a simple talking about the strait. And that has nothing to it. John says, remember, we are in a movie and we are not to go off script. That's right. But I am, and I do. And if they want to do something about it, then that's fine. The truth has to come out somewhere. Just like that party up there saying, oh, we are the ones that's telling the truthers. The other ones, they're just getting people just sucked in. Well, yeah, there are some, but don't label all of us that way. You're welcome, Richard. Don't believe everything you guys are hearing. I mean, I loved TikTok before I even became a podcaster. I was there when it first came out and started using it. Then Instagram, I went over there for worshiping. And then more ads came in and more ads came in. So I got off of that. And I get TikTok for still worshiping because I still go there. And when I hear a good worship, then I like to share it with you. And I can hear 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and I pick the best 3 or 4. Yeah, if anybody has the video that this girl went up above, but I did not hear anything. Not that would get her that way. Yes, they removed her. The coats came to her house and knocked on her door and cuffed her right there. Yeah, I know. Living in pain and no relief sucks. I know, sweetheart. I think we all know that pain. Family, I want you to go out and have a beautiful weekend. No matter what goes on in your life, know that God is always walking with you, within you. Talk to him. If you're getting depressed, if you feel like things aren't going your way, just start talking. Start praying. Get your music on. Get some music for worship, whatever. But it's not bad. I'm upset what they did to her. I think that was totally wrong, but TikTok has their own rules. You know, did anybody tell you guys I love you today? I do. You guys are so good. You know, you learn, you're living, you're breathing, you're walking. You're a testimony that you're surviving, and you will survive through the very end of this because it's not that far off. And I'm truly believing there's going to be a lot of things between now and the 4th of July that's going to take place.
We laugh beneath the summer blue. Our stories feel like something new. The world stands still when I'm with you. A moment pure, a dream come true. No need to chase tomorrow's view. Just feel the joy that's shining through. Enjoy this time we have together. Nothing could be any better. Every color feels much brighter when our hearts beat close together. We walk along the streets of sound. Our voices lift the skies around. The echoes dance without a bound. This melody we both have found. No need to chase tomorrow's view. Just feel the joy that's shining through. Enjoy this time we have together. Nothing could be any better. Every color feels much brighter when our hearts beat close together. Enjoy this time we have together. Nothing could be any better. Every color feels much brighter when our hearts beat close together. Enjoy this time we have together. Enjoy this time we have. Nothing could be any better. Every color feels much brighter when our hearts beat close together.
Word documents. That's it. I format them.
I have time for one more song if you guys want. If not, we can close for now. See you in June. Oh, that's right. Shoot. Yes, we'll be in June, won't we? Oh, you're welcome, Terry. Thank you. Earl says, let's get this dance party started. Honey, I've been dancing a long time ago. Mega Girl says, I know the time flies when we are having fun. Doesn't it, though? You know what? I'd rather be happy than moping around and thinking of all the things that just haven't come yet. I'd rather say they're coming. They're here. I know I've got it. I don't have to worry about it. Because you do. Everything is there. You're going to get it. It's coming. All right, let's stop the chat and let's go to prayer. Father, we come to you once again this morning. We thank you for a beautiful morning with our family. Wow, we hold each other up and high. We hang on with each other. And if we could grab hands, we would be in a circle. Or on a merry-go-round, just giggling and laughing and talking old times. Father, you guide us, and you just give us such grace. And you bestow blessings upon us every single day. It may not be monetary, but it is blessings. You're in our life every single moment. And when things go bad, you help us fix it. When things are good, you're right there to rejoice with. Father, this morning we have prayers. We want to pray for Jan, for Unspoken. Whatever her heart needs, her mind is thinking, connect them together. Let them receive the transmission and let them receive your love. That when we pray, you hear us. It may not be given to us right away, but it comes to us in many different ways. Father, we want to pray for Warren, who had a spinal tap and now needs fluid released in his brain. Father, I'm asking to help heal his body or guide the surgeon's hands and let him heal quickly and nothing to be found. Father, we need everyone here on this earth to witness and to live and breathe, see the new sun, see the new moon, and see earth change to beauty. For they were born into a bad world, and they should have the right to see the new. All of us do. Father, we want to pray for Roxanne's daughter. They've only given her a year, which I don't believe. Again, holistic will heal. And please, let her be able to receive that along with you. You guiding the medications, not man's prescriptions. Father, just put your hand on her and let her know everything's going to be okay. We want to pray for Brenda, who has a blockage in her heart. She's taken a lot of medications. I'm asking you to cleanse her completely, not just her heart, but everything in her body, to nothing but being the best pure as it can be. We want to pray for Sharon, for she has finance troubles for her ministry. Father, if you see fit, help her. Find her way to find it, that your word comes through. Father, the greatest word is through you. And every ministry is different. But there's always you standing right there in the middle, being strong and helping us through. We want to pay for Pat, who is having a lot of pain and living in it. Father, many of us has been there. So I'm asking you to relieve it, to touch her body, to cleanse everything there, and to let her know that you are the one there, that you are the greatest healer, and no one in between. Father, this morning, I want to pray for the Zoom calls. I don't know what's really going to take place, so give me the grace to get through them. Guide my words and my heart, because I don't know the whole situation yet. I know you hearing my words. And you will be there for me. And be with this family who is struggling. I know you hear their words too. Let there be peace on earth and as promised. And let everybody stop worrying. Everything, and I mean everything, will stop with a snap of a finger. By your grace, you will become a halt to everything. Father, I'm asking you to give everyone here a big hug. They deserve it. They've come a long way. And they're learning. They're learning so good. And I know it's not fault from me. It's from them. They're hungry for truth. They're hungry for love. And sometimes I know some of them, they get down the same way I do. We feel lonely. So we ask you to tell them it's okay. That's natural. And natural's from you. Give everyone a great weekend. Sunshine, rain if that's what the earth needs, healing, and rest. But give them some playtime. Give them laughter and love, because that too is healing. And this we ask this morning, to be with who called me, to be with the baby, and all the other children out there who are dying and who have left us a long time ago. Forgive us. In your name we pray. And we all said amen. We're still back on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I see the one over there has grass put on theirs already. I still have a big opening in my front, and they're still doing whatever they're doing. I think it's got something to do with the city, because I seen a city truck out there. So it doesn't really have anything to do with us, but it's inconvenience, that's for sure. But I know the lady across the street, she's in her late 80s, so she doesn't really hear anything. And the other ones are working, so they don't hear it in the mornings. And it gets so loud. But sometimes, you know what? Quiet is really nice. You know, if you're feeling stressed, or you just want to just sit and be quiet. And that's the best time to sit and talk to God. Amen. Amen. Go have yourself a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. Again, if anything comes up, I will be up. Don't fall for those, oh, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, and there's no proof that it's happened. I heard somebody in a chat the other day said that somebody had went around telling everybody that it was happening, and they got all cranked up. And then TNT Tony, I guess, came up and said something, I don't know what, but got them all cranked up, and then he let them down again. And I said, why did they do that for? So, no, we don't do that. I only do it if I know there's something very, very important. And you know what the other one is. And you know what will show and what will play. So don't worry about it. I've got you. No matter what, I've got you. Ghost and I will be up. For sure. Now enjoy. No matter what it is. We love you very much. And thank you. please, thank you for sharing your lives with us. Have a good and wonderful day. Bye-bye, everybody.